Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Today we are going to jump right into this Hanuman logo controversy. As someone who has run public limited companies in the past, I thought Sri T.G. Mohandas, who was in a previous life an engineer, today he's a TV personality, he's a writer, he's a lawyer, he's many things. I thought we will have him weigh in on how he sees this controversy. So let's welcome our guest of the evening, Sri T.G. Mohandas ji. Mohandas ji, aure namaskaram and welcome to PGurus channel, sir.
Namaskaram.
So before I frame the question for you, I want to show our viewers a very short slideshow. Can we have the slideshow, please? Viewers, if you have been in the southern part of India, you would have seen this iconic logo of Hanuman carrying Sanjeevani as a parcel company. It's called ABT Parcel Service. Now, they were also owners of bus transport. They were private company established in 1931. And the name ABT stands for Annamalai's Bus Transport. Here also there is an Annamalai connection. Now, people are always used to this logo and it has an instant connect. Hanuman takes Sanjeevani from place A to place B. You know, they were saying so many things in this particular logo. They were saying that we will treat your, package carefully and we will fly from A to B. It doesn't matter that it's going on a bus. But the point I'm trying to make is a very successful logo that has been around for a long time. Now we come to the reality today. Can we go to the next slide, please? We had HAL put Hanuman's logo beautifully, fashionably done, and this was on one of their aircrafts, HLFT-42. And I don't know if there was any complaints. Even before the complaints were raised, the thing is gone. What is wrong with it? If they were concerned about it, should they have not thought about it before they put the logo on? Anyway, our cartoonist got inspired by this and he has put out his expression, and he's from Karnataka, so this kind of captures the mood of people in Karnataka. I leave it to you to read it. So as this thing is on, I would like Sri Mohandas ji to give his inputs. Mohandas ji, please weigh in, sir.
Now, see, ABT is a parcel service company, which is private property of a few individuals. But you take the public sector. I'll come to LIC. What is LIC's logo? Two hands carefully protecting a flame.
Yogakshamam Mahamyaham. Yeah.
It is written Yogakshamam Mahamyaham. You take the symbol of our great nation, India, that is Bharat. Satyameva Jayate is written. That is from Mundaka Upanishad. You take the symbol of our navy. It says Shamno Varuna. It is again from Upanishad. You take the names of planes which were made by Hindustan Aeronautics. All you will find that characters from Hindu mythology. So what is wrong with Hanuman? See, ever since that controversy on which we surrendered in front of which is that country? Small country, which we surrendered to in the Quran controversy. Qatar, in the Nupur Sharma incident.
Yes.
Ever since that, I see Modi administration is progressively yielding to the jihadi and Naxal elements. The narrative created by them is being easily swallowed by Modi administration for whatever reason it is. There could be some moles, or it could be the policy of the government. If it is the policy of the government, then I am very sad. And if there are moles, they are to be located and removed from key posts. Moles can be anywhere. It could be in Hindustan Aeronautics or even Indian Army, which are to be identified urgently and removed. But in this case, I think it is with the knowledge of the administration that the symbol from the plane was removed. It was too innocent. Only a rank Islamist could have taken objection to that. Now, there are so many secularists in the garb of, so many Islamic fundamentalists in the garb of secularists roaming around in our country, creating narratives. They have traction in social media. They have lost their grip on mainstream media, but still they have upper hand in social media, where the nationalist forces are also very strong. So the decision of the administration matters. The administration, as I have seen ever since 𝙒𝙗𝙗 Sharma incidents, they are slowly yielding ground to this type of jihadi Naxal axis. And this is the latest example of that. You travel throughout India, the length and breadth of India, you will see so many public sector and private sector companies using this type of symbols and words, shlokas, so many things, because it connects you to the masses immediately. If you put the photograph of Ram, you connect large number of population in India, whether it is in south or north. You put Mahatma Gandhi, it connects almost everyone in this country. So therefore, this type of national symbols are to be treated as national, not in a religious sense. Of course, Hanuman is having a religious connotation also. But so what? That is the major religion in India. But Modi administration seems to be have become an apologetic Hindus than assertive Hindus. So they don't want to face questions. They are afraid of criticism. So the moment some criticism emanates from some corner, they immediately surrender to that. Now, the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh did not belong to that category, but now he also has started succumbing to this type of emotional blackmail. And Modi administration is vying with each other to prove their secular credential, whatsoever that may mean. And this is the result of that. Tomorrow, they may remove Sri Ram from the constitution. You know, the original copy of the constitution contains Sri Ram, Sita, and Hanuman. Next page, it is Sri Krishna. All these religious as well as national figures are there in the original print of the constitution. Now the constitution is printed as a law book, so it comes without these introductions and paraphernalia, photographs, etc. It comes as a bare act. This is the fact. Now that constitution is with the government of India, and I hope they have not removed the photograph of Ram and Sri Krishna from constitution, because they are it seems they are mortally afraid of this so-called secular people, their avatar. In fact, they are Islamic fundamentalists, jihadi elements. Not even ordinary Muslim will object to this type of, nobody will object to Hanuman, because everybody is comfortable with Hanuman. The first in our lineage, in our culture, to have flown to Sri Lanka without any wings. Now, Ravana took Sita in Pushpaka Vimana, but Hanuman flew to Lanka without even wings. It was a jump, a long jump, but the distance is so high that you can practically say that Hanuman was flying. That is how this flying Hanuman came into picture, which you have shown in the parcel services board also. And taking this Sanjeevani, for that he carried the whole Maratwa Malay in his hand. That was also a long jump, but can be characterized as a flight. Therefore, he is a symbol of energy, which doesn't require any wings to fly. That is the level of energy of Hanuman, and the concentration and the language. You see, the command over language of Hanuman, the precision of language, the precision of doing things, and doing things with a killer instinct. This is called Hanuman. You know, Hanuman was rightly pointed out as an ambassador by none other than our Foreign Affairs Minister Jaishankar one month ago. He said, he
Forgotten.
said Hanuman and Sri Krishna are our models of foreign affairs ambassadors. Hanuman went to Lanka, and an ambassador is not supposed to, inflame Lanka. But Hanuman did that job also. Jaishankar implied that I can even destroy a country through diplomacy. That was his point. And it was well appreciated that his short speech was running into millions of viewers. You see the emotions which he created through his speech. And lo, within 1 month, you are surrendering to the very same forces which were criticizing Dr. Jaishankar. So now Modi has to take a call whether he is toying Jaishankar's line or the meek and subservient line which HAL took today. I would give an honorary exception to Rajnath ji, because I know him since those Ayodhya agitation. So how much he is a Hindu, we cannot say that he is a lesser Hindu. But what is happening in Modi's administration is quite strange. This should not have happened. That is my opening remark on that.
Thank you, sir. And we are showing some pictures of Rajnath ji actually putting lemon underneath a new airplane. Look, we do this thing even in the United States. When I get a new car, okay, I know a few mantras, I'll do that, and then I'll put lemon and make the car go over it. This is our culture. And walking away from that makes absolutely no sense. We have to be proud of our culture, and you have to wear it on your chest, because it's not that we didn't do it before. It was just that for some reason we all got this secular, we are drinking this Kool-Aid called secular, and needlessly we are letting go of things that are actually ours. And these are all, things that give us some, knowledge. There's a subliminal messaging that is going on. For instance, the cartoonist captured the attitude of whoever did it in one word, just one word. If you had looked at the text in the cartoon, you'll know what I mean. Anyway, sir, while we are on the subject of Hanuman,
you know, one more thing. The Indonesia is a Muslim majority country.
Yes.
Now, what is the name of their airlines?
Garuda.
It is Garuda Airlines.
Yes.
We hold Garuda in reverence in India. He is almost equal to Hanuman, though there are no big stories on that. There are few stories on Garuda also. So we revere him. There are temples for Garuda. Garuda is sitting everywhere. Wherever Mahavishnu is there, you will see Garuda also. And this Garuda Airlines, they are unapologetic. They are a Muslim majority country. Still, they are unapologetic about calling their airlines as Garuda. Do we have the guts and gumption to do that? We are removing Hanuman from here. Tomorrow we will remove Shamno Varuna from our navy. Day after tomorrow, somebody will threaten, and we will remove the Satyameva Jayate. And you see, in Supreme Court, the symbol of Supreme Court, what is written there? Yato dharmastato jaya. It's not niti or nyaya. For Supreme Court, dharma is supreme. So yato dharmastato jaya is written. You go to the Parliament building, the Latins constructed that building, in which they have inscribed Manusmriti's shlokas, several shlokas. The world famous, this Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, that is part of the last line of a particular shloka. I am Nijaparo Veti, Gadana Alehu Jayadasam, Udara Charidanam tu Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. This is the full shloka. That is inscribed somewhere in Parliament. Dr. Subramanian Swami was telling me that is near the second lift of the Parliament at the top, the big dome. They have written that. So parliament is full of Manusmriti, Upanishad, Vedas, everything. Now they are leaving the parliament. Now they are going to the new parliament, Central Vista. I don't know what is written there. Probably Shakespeare or something might have been written. If this is their mindset, they might have kept it blank also, because Islam doesn't allow any writing or statue or anything. So to keep them happy, you have to keep the walls blank. That could be the principle which has guided the Central Vista. I don't know. I have not seen it. But this is a fact that we are a sacred country, not a secular country. Let the message be very clear. This country is sacred, not secular. You don't have a definition of secularism. Even Supreme Court speaks about secularism. They don't define the word. Nobody knows what is it. So everybody can use it conveniently wherever they want, as if it is an AK-47. You go and fire everywhere. Secularism, secularism, secularism. You fire with that gun. This bullshit is to be stopped. This is a sacred country. We are an Adhyatmic country. Our Adhyatmic thoughts prevail here. Whether Muslims may agree with that or not, they can have private disagreements. That is another thing. But the country's mainstream, the grain of Bharat, that is India, that is this spiritual thinking. Now, spiritual thinking cannot be secular. It is having a religious connotation. People say, oh, yoga is secular. Yoga is not secular. Okay, it was formulated by Panini. And what Panini says initially, that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That means your unnecessary thoughts are to be controlled. That is the first step of yoga. That means bending your body is not yoga. Straightening your mind is yoga. That is the first step. Now, this is a Hindu thought. And Panini was a Hindu rishi. He was not Christian.
We seem to have momentarily lost Mohandas ji. A request to all of you to like this video. We have a fairly good number of people watching. I think the like count is not close to what you are watching. Please request you to all like this video, because there is much coming your way. We just started. It was his opening statement. Remember, Mohandas ji said he has much more to talk to. He may have lost power. Who knows? When a Pinarayi Vijayan government may have said, okay, let us try and see if we can disrupt Mohandas ji from joining. He's back again. And Mohandas ji, before you continue, I wanted to tell one thing. You said bullshit. The Sanskrit equivalent of that is kashmalam. And guess where it is used a lot? It is used a lot in Tamil Nadu. They call it kasmala, without understanding what it is. It is a Sanskrit word meaning bullshit. Go ahead, sir.
This has to have an end. You see, yoga is not secular. Yoga is Hindu. What is wrong with that? See, are you not adopting a Christian holiday throughout the world? Sunday. Sunday is a Christian concept, because the Creator took rest on that. So let everybody take rest on that. Okay, accept it. Anybody is creating any problem with Sunday? Now slowly the Middle East countries also, they are switching their holiday from Friday to Sunday. UAE has started doing that. Abu Dhabi has already done that. See, this type of changes are happening. You see, you feel secularism is such a sacred or something to be protected at every cost. No. A large area of your life has nothing to do with secularism, but everything to do with religion, your faith, your set of beliefs. That is what is guiding you in your life, not this secularism. Secularism has nothing to do practically with everyone's life. I will proudly say that I am not a secular man. I am a religious man. I go to temple. I always remember God. I worship God. How can I say that I am secular? I am not secular. Secular means indifferent to God and godly affairs. That is the meaning in given in Harvard or Oxford Dictionary, not Harvard, Oxford Dictionary. That is the meaning. Now, in India, neither Parliament nor Supreme Court has given a definition for secularism. Everybody is conveniently using it to beat Hindus. So in the name of secularism, they are removing Hanuman. In the name of secularism, they object to Ram temple. In the name of secularism, they object to uniform civil code. In the name of secularism, they loot the country. In the name of secularism, they give reservation to minorities. Arey kya hai? Had ho gayi. There is a limit to this nonsense, and nobody knows what is secularism. Therefore, the removal of this symbol Hanuman is not a simple removal. It is a retreat of the declared position of BJP, of Government of India, of the defense forces, of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Now, tomorrow somebody may object to the name, very name of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, because Hindustan is there. If they can remove Hanuman, they can manage to pressurize you to remove Hanuman. Tomorrow, they may remove Hindustan also, and they will make Secular Aircrafts Limited or something like that. The company's name is to be changed, has to be changed. Now, this type of nonsense cannot work in this country. As good citizens of this country, we should not allow it.
Mohandas ji, sorry to interrupt you. If viewers, if you look at this cartoon carefully, see how the cartoonist has used a different color for the word Hindu in Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. I mean, you can see they are pissed. People in Karnataka are not exactly happy at this point of time. Many of you are now waking up to this controversy. I mean, this should have not been a controversy at all. It was a beautifully done logo. Left it at that. You should have left it at that. Why try and over-calibrate like this? Not needed. Not done. This is just not done. Sir, also, you didn't mention this, but on Indonesia's currency, there's a Ganesha also. What do I do when I get money? I do this, right?
I heard their bank is named by Kubera. I don't know. I have verified that, but they say that their name of their central bank is Kubera Bank, because he is the richest man.
Most of the names there, their names have part Sanskrit names. I know a friend of mine. His last name is Bhrata di Raja, brother of the Raja, brother of the king. That is their family. So there are so many like this. I've known so many Sukarna Putra, Suvarna Putra, all very Sanskrit Hindu names. And they may be still professing a different religion. There is a slight difference between understanding Sanatana Dharma. It's not a religion, it is a Dharma. That is what everybody is adopting. The world was Sanatani at one point of time. What was the world doing before Christ came along? So understanding that this is there in every one of us, that it is running in our veins, is something that is very critical. That's just my 2 cents. I had one question for you about Hanuman. See, I believe, I don't know if this is true or not, that Valmiki wrote Ramayana and Hanuman said, "Oh, I also have written Ramayana. I want you to continue from there, sir."
I have not heard this before, so I cannot comment on that. But Ramayana is basically Ramakatha. There are lots of variations in this. Even people have miserably failed to identify which is the original Valmiki Ramayana. The original itself was some 22 or 24 versions. So research scholars with great skills, they edited. And, Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute in Pune, they did tremendous job, and it was finalized. That is what we call this Valmiki Ramayana. Nobody knows this is the original one, but this is accepted as the original one. The second one was Kamba Ramayana, which was entirely different from Kambar took the main structure of the story and he developed it. In fact, Kambar was the man who put Sita on a different pedestal so that she became equal to Rama. In Valmiki Ramayana, Sita was little less in the, characterization. But Kambar changed it and brought Sita also to forward. And she became an equal figure like Rama. Sometimes if you go through Kambar Ramayanam, sometimes Sita, you feel she is higher than Rama in her delivering principles. So these things have happened. But Ramayana as such, as everybody understands, it is a single story everywhere, commonly accepted story. There is no dispute over that. There are several stories, but they are not commonly accepted. There are more than 200 versions of Ramayana. Now, anybody can claim that this is the original, etc. But that apart, there is a common story agreed by everyone. Now, it was Rajiv Gandhi who allowed Doordarshan to telecast Ramayana and then Mahabharata. Will Modi do that? I was expecting in the first term of Modi, when Smriti Irani was INB minister, I was expecting a new version of Ramayana, because the other Ramayana was in 1989. Now almost
technically not as perfect as perhaps what they can do today.
Technically not perfect. Now, if you look at the old Ramayana, you will feel very odd about that. Now you have to have a new Ramayana. The story will remain same, but the narration, the depiction, the actors, the technology, everything has changed. They can, when they can produce pictures like Bahubali, Ramayana also can be done. You talk to some producer, he will do that for Doordarshan, and you air second time after 30 or 35 years, you air this Ramayana, and you see how it hits the ground. There will be millions to watch. At that time only Doordarshan was the channel, no other channel was available. Now the technology has changed, you can even see in your mobile. So number of viewers will be 10 times than what were in 89. That is the importance
Absolutely.
of Ramayana even today. But our rulers don't understand that. They are under the spell of somebody. Look at a small film made by crowdfunding by one Mr. Ramasimhan, who was previously Ali Akbar. You know, it took him 7 to 8 months struggling. And after suggesting so many cuts, thanks to Anurag Thakur and Prasoon Joshi, they were so serious about this film that yahan cut karo, wahan cut karo, duniya bhar ka cut karo. Finally, they agreed. He went to High Court, and High Court gave a judgment. As per that, some minor cuts are to be made. That was made, and the film is going to come out in March. You see the struggle of somebody who want to depict a thing which has happened 1921, which was, the incident was condemned by Mahatma Gandhi, Annie Besant, Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Everybody condemned that incident. Nobody has a question that it did not happen. Now, the BJP government says that it did not happen. It was a freedom struggle. And the producer said, okay, if it is a freedom struggle, freedom struggle. The thing happened, there was a Hindu genocide. Man Loki, all Hindus were loyal to the British. You cannot go and kill them like this. You cannot destroy their temples merely because they are servants of British. What about the other servants of British? So even after agreeing to this point, they were not allowing the release of the film. And finally, when court interfered, after that they kept it waiting for 1 month. Finally, they said for 15 days their website was down. Can you believe? Central Board of Film Certificate says that our website is working. Our website in Kerala is working, but only this Ramasimhan's slot is not working. Oh, finally, he threatened of creating self-immolating himself. He sent mails to various authorities, and finally it was cleared. This is the way Hindus are being treated. So therefore, removal of Hanuman is not an incident. It is an indication for Hindus for the things to come. अब क्या रखा है, बाकी क्या है, ये देखना पड़ेगा.
Mohandas, I was going to talk about the Mopla incident movie, Mopla massacre movie, I should say, and I'm glad you touched upon that. So you think that some cuts were still going to be made? Is that going to drastically change the script?
No, it's no. According to me, I have not seen the film. I could have seen, but I did not. But I asked him, because I assisted him in High Court. I asked him what will happen if these small cuts are made. He said, it's okay. It affects the film, but I can afford to, that damage can be, that is affordable. That was his reply. Because he was, after a certain time, fatigue overtakes
Oh
people.
yeah, oh yeah. See, this is
He's also a
crowd-funded.
human
Look, how
being.
many people will say, "Oh,
Sometimes,
you ate the money." All sorts of people will,
yeah, all
insinuations
sorts
will be
of
there. Yeah,
allegation will come.
yeah.
And imagine the might of government of India. A single human being cannot fight the might of government of India. Anurag Thakur ko kya hai? Go for an appeal, he will say. The appeal will be given in Kerala High Court itself. Then he can go to Supreme Court. He will put Tushar Mehta on that case. But this poor fellow, he cannot engage a Supreme Court advocate. They are charging 5 to 30 lakhs for appearance in Supreme Court. कहाँ से आएगा पैसा? ये बनाया तो क्राउड फंडिंग से, ऊपर से आप केस लड़ने के लिए भी पैसा दो तो कौन देगा? This was his situation. So he said, let us stop the fighting here, let us surrender. It is a surrender, okay, but there is no major damage to us, let us stop the fight here. This was his attitude, and that is how, even after surrendering, they took 1 month to give the certificate. ये सब करने के बाद बोले कि हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर काम नहीं करता.
It's first of all, some things have to be completely dismantled. This censor certification board needs not necessary. This is a layover from an old Soviet system.
Let me make it very clear. We don't have a censor board. Right from 1952 Cinematographic Act, India doesn't have a censor board. It is a certification board. I don't know how this word censor came in between. Now we have CBFC, Central Board of Film Certification, not censor. They cannot censor.
I stand corrected. I didn't know that because it's so ingrained in my mind. It's called censor. Yeah.
Everybody calls it censor. It is a certification board. Now, only thing, they have been given certain guidelines. Ki bhaiya ye dekho, if there is a story in which violence is not required and violence is incorporated for the fun of it or to make money, then you can remove it. If sex is not incorporated in the flow of the story, it is brought from outside. You can show a man going to a brothel house. You can make a character like that and then show what is happening in a brothel house. That means you are intentionally luring people into your film using sex. This type of things are to be curtailed. That is all what has been given to the guideline. And all the guidelines are subject to Article 19(2) of the Constitution. You can have only reasonable restrictions. Even if I was the Central Board of Film Certification chairman, I would have been giving certificate left, right, and center to every film. Let it be released, because I preach freedom of expression. I give it to everybody else also. Let it be released. बाद में जो होता है तब देखा जाएगा. People may object. At that time, you see, and CBFC says there will be law and order problem if this film is released. I said, since when CBFC has become the custodian of law and order? There is a district magistrate, there is police superintendent. Who are you to take care of law and order? This type of funny arguments are being given.
Mohandas ji, CBFC is also corrupt. You have to pay money to get something certified. I have seen a movie called Love Today in Tamil. And this one was touted by none other than the son of the chief minister and the chief minister. They wrote or tweeted about both watching this thing together. This is about the boyfriend and the girlfriend swapping their cell phones for 1 week or 1 month or something like that, and the consequences of that. Idea acha hai, but they deliberately insert a scene there where a 7 or 8-year-old boy actually pees into the homokundam, sir. He pees at that priest. It has nothing to do with the movie. Where the hell was CBFC there? I've already mentioned this about 2 months ago in one of my Tamil hangouts also. You are deliberately denigrating Sanatana Dharma. And there the CBFC was not awake. Shame on you, Anurag Thakur. I tell you, some of the people are rank incompetent nincompoops. Go and read the dictionary if you want to understand what that means. In the Modi administration, I have to say this thing because they have so many people that don't deserve a job there, and they are just being impediments into the whole thing. Anyway, I'm sorry, I kind of jumped into this.
I think the film which you mentioned was acted upon by government. It was banned or so, there was a petition in Madras High Court.
Yeah, but they didn't ban it, sir. They didn't ban it. It is it's there. I mean, it's available on streaming. That's how I saw it.
But the court order was to ban it. Court went into literally everything. I remember that judgment also. It was written by Justice Ramasubramanian, a single judge of Madras High Court. He wrote that all these things are unnecessary. It has nothing to do with the film, so therefore it must be removed. And afterwards, what happened, I don't know. But even if you remove, now see the case of Ramasimhan also, he was pressured by everybody saying that don't CBFC isme chakkar mein mat pado, you release it in the OTT. But we both were tough on that. We said we have a right to release this film in this country. Why we should not go? Why we should go for OTT release? There are other methods also to release your film. ऐसा नहीं कि कैसा तो भी release करो. We have to release this film through a genuine method, and there is sitting a so-called Hindu administration there in Delhi, and it extended arm is there in Trivandrum, CBFC Trivandrum, and we have a right to get the film certified. And a historian, particularly invited by CBFC from ICHR, he certified that everything shown in this film is historical. It is covered in this book, this book. He gave the list of the books also. In spite of that, Prasoon Joshi took interest to form another committee which rejected this film. They gave a list of 24 cuts, and it will travel to 60 cuts because every cut starts from wherever you find this, remove that. Wherever means it could be 5 places or 6 places, 10 places. This was the cruel treatment meted out by a so-called historical film by Ali Akbar or Ramasinghan. This is the situation. So that is why I say that removal of Hanuman is not a simple thing. It is removal or withdrawal or surrender to some forces which are against the grain of this country.
Also, I wanted to say one more thing, and it has actually escaped me while I was getting ready to talk. Somehow the thread escaped me. But let us go take a look at what is happening in Kerala's gold smuggling case. Same Swapna Suresh, same, what's his name? The Chief Secretary's name, Sivasankar, I think Sivasankar, right? Sivasankar. Sir, one thing is, the gold smuggling amounts are in the stratosphere, okay? And they are trying to pursue and prosecute them in a money laundering case where a locker consisting of 1 crore rupees was found, and Swapna Suresh said that this is not my money. And then on that they arrest him. Don't you think this looks frivolous? That the government is trying to say, oh, we are acting, but the case, you have a huge 800-pound gorilla in the room. You're not looking at that. I find it very surprising, sir. Please go ahead. My question will come back to me, but please go ahead and give us an update on what is happening on this.
Now you see, Shiva Shankar has become a favorite whipping boy of
Yes.
these agencies, ED and customs. Whenever they feel something is to be done, they arrest Shiva Shankar. So Shiva Shankar is intermittently under arrest and he will get bail. Now today also he is sent to ED's custody. Maybe after 5 days he will be given bail. After 4 months you will see the same Shiva Shankar will be arrested for some other purpose. This is the joke which is going on. I think we must do a hangout exclusively on what is happening in this area, because there are a lot of funny things happening. I will not elaborate much, but let me tell you one thing. See, Shiva Shankar was the principal secretary of the chief minister. So anybody with a little common sense know that chief minister also is to be questioned. There is no legal bar in questioning a chief minister. The previous chief minister, 𝙒𝙗𝙣𝙤𝙤, he presented himself before the judicial commission, which was inquiring into the now infamous solar case. Take the case of Narendra Modi. He appeared before CBI for questioning 6 hours non-stop when he was chief minister of Gujarat. Then in front of SIT, Raghavan, Special Investigation Team, he appeared in front of them also. He was chief minister of Gujarat. So there is nothing prevents you in questioning chief minister, but these agencies, ED and customs. NIA is out of picture now. NIA has thrown their towel. They are not investigating anything at all. But ED and customs, they just will not question Pinarayi Vijayan, the chief minister. Now, how many years this is going on, this drama? The lady Swapna is, she gave so many evidence and statement under 164 to the magistrate. You know, 164 statement is a very serious thing. It is called confession, in fact. So Swapna said, I was in this bad company and I did this, and I had this business deals with chief minister, chief minister's wife, and chief minister's daughter. She names everybody. She says that I have given this statement to the magistrate. Now the statement given to the magistrate can be used for investigation. Now the customs has to take the statement, ED has to take the statement and find out and question all these individuals. They are ordinary individuals. The chief minister is not above law. Of course, while prosecuting, you may have to take a sanction from the governor, etc. But not for questioning him. But not even questioning is being done. And they have no intention to do that, which creates doubt in people. I have been telling my BJP friends that why are you getting this this type of abuse from public, that you are aligned with CPM? Question the chief minister, at least for namesake once, and show that you have got some spine. No, they will not. They just will not. And the case is going in circles and circles and circles. I have collected some information, but it's all, technical and legal. So we may need another hangout for explaining that, because it will take a lot of time for people to understand. But even then, in a nutshell, it is the failure of central agencies to question even Pinarayi Vijayan, leave alone punishing. Now look at Teesta Setalva. She made Sakia Jaffrey to tell some untruth in the magistrate court and implicated Narendra Modi along with all his ministers. Either Godhra was a conspiracy by Narendra Modi, and subsequent riots, everything was a conspiracy. And for 20 years, take it from me, for 20 years, Narendra Modi was under legal scrutiny. For twice he was called for questioning by CBI and SIT. He was chief minister, he became prime minister, he became prime minister twice. Then the Supreme Court gave the final judgment and said all this story was cooked up and fabricated. Arrest this Teesta Setalvad. Teesta Setalvad was arrested only for 60 days. She was in jail, and Supreme Court said, "Oh, that is too much for a woman to suffer." It was Chief Justice U.U. Lalit. He was overflowing with empathy and sympathy towards women. He gave bail to this lady. If a single Teesta Setalvad, of course, there are forces supporting her. If she can do that, imagine the might of government of India. They cannot question Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala. Just question. Don't implicate him in the case, but at least ask him what has happened. This lady is telling too much about you, and she is showing some videos. Videos, not photographs. Videos of Pinarayi Vijayan receiving foreign dignitaries, taking them to his house. The Sheikh of Sharjah, who came for an official visit, was taken to Vijayan's personal meeting for a lunch in his residence, and his wife met her. So many things. And all these videos are available with this lady, but the investigation agencies will not examine that. Nothing is coming. They have found out a scapegoat, that is Shiv Shankar. Intermittently, they are arresting the poor fellow. I don't know what is going to happen to him after all. 1 year plus he was in jail because it was under Coffee Posa. This lady Swapna was also in jail for more than a year because for under Coffee Posa you can detain a man without any case for 1 year maximum. That maximum punishment has been given to them. Now what remains, I don't know. Customs is searching in dark. ED is searching in dark. NIA has stopped their investigation. This is the present status of Kerala case.
Thank you so much, Mohandas ji. And viewers, before we go to question and answers, I want to give you a kind of a weekly roadmap that PGurus is trying to put in place. You know that Monday nights, 9 p.m. is Abhijit nights. On Tuesdays at 8 p.m., we are going to have, most of the time, Delhi Rajgopalan. On Wednesdays, Sri Mohandas ji, TG Mohandas ji. And on Saturdays at 9:30, we have Shekhar Iyer ji. These are kind of fixed, and then the others will be guests and other programs that we'll be bringing in. We really need your support. Whenever you start watching our videos, you know that our content is well researched. We are not here to try and take sides to poke fun at somebody. Our allegiance, Mohandas ji's and mine, and just about every guest that comes on our channel is to Bharat Mata. This is a wonderful Bharat Varsha that we feel that we are blessed to have been born there, and this is our little way of showing our appreciation to our Mata. That's it. So I just want you all to please help us grow faster, and you can do that very simply by adding comments. If you don't like something, feel free to rebut with facts. We have no problem with that. Also, like as soon as the program starts, because then the virality goes up. YouTube encourages content creators to tell this. It's not like I'm contravening any rules of YouTube. YouTube says you should try and tell people to subscribe. You should try and encourage them to come and comment. So I'm just doing that. And now let's take some questions. Please help us. We need to get to 1 million subscribers as soon as possible. We are at 239K. It slowed down, and I'd like to pick it up again. We're doing a lot of new things. A lot of new faces also will be coming. So stay tuned. Let's go to questions now. Go ahead. Kamalak Shanai wants to know, sir, we only see arrests. In India, we never see conviction after due judicial process. This even after more than 8 years of Modi government. Is there any hope?
See, there has to be judicial reforms in our country. For long, people were fighting for that without any success. See, our judicial process is time-consuming, and it is a protracted affair, which is always tilted towards the culprits. Because what is the guiding principle of our legal system is that someone is innocent till proven guilty. So we search for his innocence everywhere. It could be so, it could be that, it could be this, it could be this, so that we can acquit this person. Therefore, we take much time. Now, if you reverse our principle, legal principle that everybody is guilty until proven otherwise, that is also very dangerous for human rights. Anytime police can catch you, they can torture you, and you don't have a defense. You have to disprove their allegations. Now, the onus of proving a crime is with the prosecution. In the other system, the onus of disproving the allegation of the crime will be on an individual, which invariably he will fail. Now, there are few acts in India like UAPA, NIA Act, etc. They have scheduled offenses. If you commit those offenses, it is treated as allegation itself is a proof, and you have to disprove that. That is why this Islamic jihadi fundamentalists, they shout against UAPA and NIA Act because of this. It's a very stringent thing. Now, Popular Front is under NIA Act, UAPA Act. They call it draconian law. So it's an extreme step for a government to do. In all other democratically elected government function in this way. But in USA, I have heard that they have fixed certain time for that. You are arguing a case, argue for 20 minutes, that's all. But in India, it could indefinitely go. Kapil Sibal can take 50 days to argue a case. Then Solicitor General Tushar Mehta will take another 60 days. This drama is going on right from lower court up to Supreme Court. That is why the justice is delayed. Now, there has to be reforms. When Sadananda Gowda was the law minister, he came to Kochi for a function. We had a small get-together in the noon for lunch. So he asked a general question. What is that you want from me? Tell me one item which I can do in Kerala High Court. Everybody was silent. I told him, sir, reduce the number of adjournments. You tell the judges, please adjourn the case only once. If the second time, if the party doesn't come or he is asking for adjournment, you proceed ex parte. If people cannot file a case and then disappear, and always a Damocles wall is hanging on your head, that cannot happen. Then he laughed. He didn't say anything. And he went into his car. Because I knew a law minister cannot do that. Because it is a big system with labyrinthine lanes. Reforming that is a big job. Now, the present law minister, Kiran Rijiju, is also, speaking too much, but he is unable to do anything. When somebody asked a question in Lok Sabha that, what is that you are going to do with collegium? He said, nothing, we are not going to do anything about collegium. Because he cannot do, that is the problem. So this is for this historical reasons, our this legal system is very much delayed. I understand the frustration of the questioner, but it is there, we have to reform it.
Next question, please. Sri Sundaram wants to know, is Modi government getting remote control from some other nation just as the previous government was being controlled from Pope and Italy?
Now, see, you need not have an external control. If your mind is tuned to that, then someone sitting in Italy or Rome or Germany need not be there. You will act according to their whims and fancies, because your program is changed in your mind. The software has been changed. So you will go in predicted lines. Now you wanted to say something, please tell me.
No. I was just rubbing my chin. No problem. So please continue. Your time.
Therefore, I don't think anybody is sitting in a remote place and controlling this government. This government has changed its direction. You know, a big ship while traveling in a big sea will unknowingly change its direction, sometimes 180 degrees, because you get absorbed in your job and you lose the sense of direction and it drifts to another direction. All these things are possible in in an administration, because we don't know whether our Twitter hash trend or something is reaching the powers. We don't know. I have tweeted so much for the Malayalam film of 1921, which I mentioned earlier. But I don't know whether Anurag Thakur has seen that or Prasoon Joshi has seen that. Of course, I know Anand Ranganathan has seen that. But there is no method by which you know whether your voice is reaching the administration. That is the problem. So administration feels that we are going in the right course, but we feel from outside, we feel that no, you are taking a wrong turn. This is what is happening.
Well, I remembered what I wanted to ask you. If you want to know more about Prasoon Joshi, go to pgurus.com. There is a search button. Go and enter PRASUN and then space JOSHI. Lots of stories there. PGurus.com. I mean, I kind of got a little tired doing these things, writing about people with facts and figures, same in commissions, acts of commissions and omissions and corruption. And now we are trying to bring it in video form, but that's still there. Everything is there. From the day PGurus went live, we have all our data. You can search for it, you will find it. The same set of corrupt babus will be going round and round. And somehow Modi administration is unable to stop this thing. Anyway, for a different day, I have other stories about this. Mohandas ji, is it not true that removing the Hanuman sticker has got more to do with global arms business, presenting it professionally? Why is it being seen as appeasing anti-Hindus? Ustad Pituddin Khan Chanchad. Thank you so much.
No, what is the business you are going to get by removing Hanuman? I don't know.
Are Muslims not traveling Indonesian Airlines today?
Yeah.
Aren't they landing at the Swarnabhumi airport? Aren't they seeing the Ksheerasagara Mathanam, that huge thing that is there in the airport?
No.
Have you gone to...
Let me ask the counter question very plainly. Is there any pending order on HAL which is likely to be cancelled because of Hanuman? Somebody says that you remove the Hanuman, otherwise I'll stop my order. ऐसा कुछ है क्या? नहीं है ना. आपने डर के मारे रिमूव किया है हनुमान को, और आप बोल रहे हैं कि कुछ बिजनेस जाएगा. बिजनेस कुछ नहीं है इसमें.
See, when Boeing sells an aircraft to a country, right, or an airline company, I mean, most of the real estate is the airline companies, except at some place Boeing will keep a small text lettering, the model number, serial number, perhaps a few things, so that they can figure out what this aircraft is about. Something like that is what HAL is going to do. If a customer says that they want the tail painted a certain way, they will do that. It's just a part of customization. No big deal. So, are we done with the questions? Yeah, it looks like we are done with the questions. Mohandas ji, pleasure having you on our channel. And viewers, what is the follow-up on this? Do you want to have a hashtag movement, bring Hanuman back? I don't know. I think I don't want to step back on some of these cultural iconic moments. If you do that again and again, you'll be pushed back. You get something, don't let go. Bring Hanuman back. Hashtag. Let's start trending that and see what happens. Thank you very much, Mohandas ji. I hope to see you again next Wednesday. Namaskar.
Thank you.